Okay, it's February, and we're outside. It's twilight. We're on Grand Avenue. It's probably 5 p.m. It's February. It's the shortest month of the year, and this is your Cellar series description. I'm happy to be with you all, primarily because we're kind of getting into the year. I'm not gonna lie, January for me, I actually really love January. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride because you get right out of the holidays and you kind of like settle in and kind of slumber. But I also I love to cook. I love to eat and drink in January, and I'm kind of like getting into the year. And now here I'm in February. So let's talk about these wines. We are doing two whites, one orange wine, which I don't think we've done before, Nick. You just brought that to my attention. And three reds. So let's talk about it. Carlo wine. We're moving into the Mosel. This is a great house that makes exceptional Mosel Riesling. And the more and more I think about this, I continue to think of Mosel Riesling as being one of the greatest wine styles anywhere in the world. They tend to be tense, vibrant, very long-lived, and always just exceptionally pure and kind of friendly. They work with so many different styles of food. It's crazy. They work with breakfast. They work with lunch. They work with dinner. I like them just always. So this is Carlo wine, 100-year-old vines. They were actually planted in 1906, and this is a parcel of ungrafted vines, which is very, very special. When you have the opportunity to drink very old vines, you really are kind of tasting history. And so this is Carlo Vine's, ungrafted, cabinet Riesling. So just the tiniest little suggestion of sweetness. I'm not going to lie to you, but don't be afraid of that. Embrace it, enjoy it. It is very, very special, but really, really pure and exceptionally I just think just wonderful fruit going into this wine. Aged in 1,300-liter barrels before bottling. All natural winemaking. Really, really lovely wine. So drink more German Riesling, my friends. Moving on to Le Piane. Le Piane is from Piedmont, northern Piedmont, Alto Piemonte, so we're going to northern Italy. This is their Erba Luce. And Erba Luce literally translates to the grass, erba, of the sun, luce. And it kind of makes you think of what's on the horizon. I don't know, I feel like we're really in the doldrums of winter right now, and these kind of whites make me think of kind of what's coming. So it's textured though, it has concentration, it's a very powerful white wine. It's aged in acacia barrels. This particular producer has been making this particular wine from 2016. Erba Luce has thick skins. It has kind of that pink, freckled skin to it. You can tell it's a more substantial wine. It kind of comes across like Pinot Gris, on the vine, but it has its own other Italian identity to it. So all natural as well. I feel like we always tend to work with remarkable kind of organic winemakers. But this is Le Piane from the Alto Piemonte. Moving on to our friend William Allen. We have worked with him in the past. We've done events with him in the past. This is his Trousseau Gris. Don't call it a rosé. He doesn't think of it as a rosé. And in a lot of ways, we don't think of it as a rosé either. Trousseau is a grape that you see in the Jura. So the mountainous, it's not really mountainous, but the region right as you're ramping up to the Swiss Alps in eastern France, just directly east of Burgundy. But that's where this grape comes from. But it's very much at home in this one vineyard, in California. So they make 360 cases of it, quite limited. We bought pretty much the last little chunk of it that was here in town. Just lovely wine that is neither white nor red, kind of somewhere in between. It has plenty of texture in terms of the tannins. I love wines like this. I think of pairing this with sushi or any sort of kind of fatty fish, or any kind of just umami, any sort of earthy flavors. This cleans up all day long. Don't serve it too cold. It's a substantial wine. We just have to wrap our brains around the idea that it is this color, that it's unfiltered. But as soon as you taste it and smell it in the glass, you start to understand its aromatics. You really start to realize holy cow, this is a real deal wine. So Good job, William. Yes, wonderful wine. Moving on to Guerrieri. Guerrieri is a producer that we work with from Vittoria. So think of southeastern Sicily, south of Etna, Mount Etna. And this is like a very idyllic part of the world. If any of you watched White Lotus, like this kind of like that world, this very, very picturesque part of Sicilian island. But this is their blend. This is Frappato and Nero d'Avola, and this is a really, really small production wine. It just landed in the state like 2 days ago. It has not been released here before. I tasted samples of this with the import rep in December and just absolutely loved it. And it was one of those wines I was like, that's a Cellar Series wine. Like, this is absolutely like what I want to feature. Very, very small producer. They make about 3,000 bottles of this. Like, it's nothing. They have 6 hectares total of vines, and it spends about 18 months in tank. I couldn't quite figure it out. There's a little bit of oak in this or not, but primarily this is like a very, very fresh expression of Nero and Frappato blended together. Lovely. If you're gonna grill, not even really grill, like, if you're gonna have any sort of like kind of fish in your life in February, and I hope you do, I hope you have this with it. It's really, really fantastic. And also, Baby Bacchus approves of all Sicilian wines. Okay, we're moving on to Paysan. So Petit Paysan, this is Ian Brand. We've done a Cellar series with Ian before, San Francisco Chronicle Winemaker of the Year. Really important personality in the world of kind of young California wines. And he really kind of searches Monterey County. Monterey, has a lot of these old vines on old vineyards, kind of these rocky sites that this guy is a flippin' pro at finding what really works there. So this is his GSM. This is 50%, 56% Grenache, 29% Syrah, and 15% Mourvedre. Kind of all around that Monterey area. And the wine just has this really lovely, like, fresh black fruit to it. It's very Californian. We were tasting with our friends at Bedrock Vineyards earlier today, and it just made me want to be in California. I don't know if it's like the fact that we're going to be 15 below tonight that made me want to be in California, but like, I have to, in my gut, I really think it was the wine. But, I really miss kind of tasting California bottles like this, and this is kind of at the highest quality. So really love the Rhone style blend from Monterey. Finishing up with Bordeaux. Okay, so this is a producer that is also brand new in the market, Chateaupe Bonhomme Latour. And this is a biodynamic producer on the right bank, so which means like Merlot, this is Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and a little bit of Malbec actually, which we don't see a lot of Malbec in the world of Bordeaux. But like, I have to be honest with you, like I love Bordeaux. I enjoy drinking it outside of the shop and at home. But for some reason we just haven't featured it that much in this series. And I don't know why. I think we've only done it one other time. And this wine is not that dissimilar to that last option that we poured. Like, it's, all biodynamic, very, very fresh style. It's a combination of old oak and cement to the best of like what I've read about the producer. But it just has this really fresh quality to it and lift, which for me, like, in this month, like when it's this flippin' cold out, like I just need freshness to kind of remind me of what's on the horizon. So it's nice to go back to Bordeaux. So for me and my friend and to all of you in your homes, like, I really hope that you're having a great February. Winter will come to an end sooner or later. I'll see you in March. I hope you enjoy these wines. I'm so thrilled about this 6-pack, and I hope you are too. They're available this coming, tomorrow, this Friday. So cheers to you all. Thanks again.